Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $ Dean by any means. There go to PayPal at Dean by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Abdullah Mason, not Abdullah. A top rank. Can y'all please stop saying people name wrong? Who the hell is Teo? Abdullah and Teo. Abdullah and Teo. Who are those people? I need to know who Abdullah and Teo is. Anyway, don't be, hey, you right there, don't be an eavesdropper. Hit that like button. You little eavesdropper. Hit that like button. I ain't asking you for no bread. You don't want to send bread? Don't send bread. That's fine. Can you hit that like button, please? Thank you very much. Don't be eavesdropping. Abdullah Mason is the best at 140. Abdullah Mason has a great chance to be undisputed at 140 as long as Gervontadavis stays at 135. Abdullah Mason is the best at 140, and he hasn't even fought there yet. Y'all talking about Dean. How can you say that? He fights at 135. Well, we about to talk. And I'm going to tell y'all why I don't compare him to Tank and Shakur for good reasons. And hopefully, y'all dig it. But Abdullah Mason is and will be one of the greatest of all time. I already think he's one of the greatest of all time. Same way I feel about David Morrell, same way I feel about Gervontadavis, same way I feel about Shakur Stevenson, same way I feel about Bam Bam Rodriguez, same way I feel about a lot of different guys right now that's doing a thing. You dig what I'm saying? But we talking about Abdullah Mason. Now, he just had a third round, fourth round KO last night. Was it third round, fourth round? It was one of them rounds. I don't care what round it was. All I know is he dominated a veteran last night who people said all on the broadcast, Louis LeBron going to be tough. Even my guy, shout out to my guy, Greg Hackett. Greg Hackett was saying that he's seen Louis LeBron fight multiple times and that he a tough cookie. And that he was looking forward to seeing what Abdullah going to do against him because he thought that Louis LeBron was a real test. And who am I to say different? Because Greg Hackett is a trainer and a fighter himself. And if Greg don't be too wrong about stuff he see in a ring. I'ma just be honest. He told y'all that he told y'all Terrence Crawford was going to knock out Earl Smith in the 8th round, and that's exactly what happened. So, shout out to Greg Hackett. Shout out to Philly. Abdullah Mason made Louis LeBron look like he shouldn't even have been in the ring with him. That goes to show you how talented that young man is. He the best at 140 right now. There's nobody at 140 that can beat him. Y'all say, Dean, why you keep saying 140? He at 135. But you got to do your research. He is 20 years old, and he's already probably the biggest guy at 135. Do y'all know what he weighed in at, y'all? Abdullah Mason weighed in at 134.8. That's cutting it too close for me. He's only 20 years old, and he's already weighing in at 134.8. And I don't think it's from lack of discipline. Actually, I know it's not from lack of discipline. I literally know that Abdullah Mason has done everything he can to make weight at 135. His body won't allow him to keep doing it for the next couple years. And that's why I won't compare him to Gervontadavis and Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson and all of these guys because I don't think that's where he's going to reign at. I think that Abdullah Mason, this might be his last year fighting at 135. I think he needs to move up. Actually, if I'm the Abdullah Mason, I would advise Abdullah Mason to move up now. That's just my opinion. I don't think Abdullah Mason should be fighting at 135 no more. Abdullah Mason is by far the best prospect in all of boxing, and it's not even close. Abdullah Mason may very well be the best fighter in boxing, including against my guy Jerron and it's Gervontadavis, Terrence Crawford, Noah Inoue. I don't doubt that. At the end of the day, do I agree with that? No. But is he damn close? Yes. That's just my honest opinion. If y'all ask me, Dean, if you gun to your head, who you picking, Abdullah Mason or Shakur? Shout out to my guy Knockout, because Knockout had enough courage to come out here and tell the whole world this before anybody else. But I have to say, I agree with Knockout. Thank you, my guy, for putting that out to the world. Because I ain't even think about it. Because the reason why I ain't think about it is because I don't see Abdullah even being at 135 long enough for that to even matter. But I agree. I think Abdullah Mason is better than Shakur Stevenson. That's just my opinion. I think if Abdullah Mason was in the ring with Arthur last night, he stops him. That's my opinion. You can have a different opinion. I'm not mad at you. Abdullah Mason is one of the best fighters in the world. If you cannot say you love boxing and David Morrell and Abdullah Mason, you don't know nothing about. You cannot say you love boxing and Abdullah Mason and David Morrell, you know nothing about. You should probably have a radar on them. The three guys that you should really have a radar on. And I'll say four, but I think he's even further than them because of who he's for. Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez is who I'm referring to. That's a little further than them because of who he's for. Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez, David Morrell Jr., Abdullah Mason, Jaron Ennis. That should be the four guys that if you, I would understand if you didn't know them, but you should now because they're generational talents. All four of those guys, that could literally be the top 4 pound for pound list in a couple years. I'm not exaggerating. That could literally be number 1 through number 4. Literally. They are all capable of doing that, of jumping your favorite fighter in it. Yes, they are. Even Mons, Gervonta Davis, Terrence Crawford, all them, they are more than capable of jumping that. They have the talent to do it. Because if Bam Bam keep dominating where he at like he is, it's going to be hard not to have him number 1, number 2 pound for pound. If David Morrell bounced between 168, 175, and he beat David Benavidez and Canelo, it'll be hard for me to, what you want me to do? And then beat a Beterbiev or the Bivol or somebody, what you want me to do? If Jaron Ennis go and dominate, go undisputed at 147, and then go to 154 and get a unification, blah, it'll be hard. I'm just saying. And then Abdullah Mason go to 140 and go get undisputed. What else we talking about? So at the end of the day, I think Abdullah Mason is second to none in this boxing game. His talent is unmatched. He's dominant at all 4 criteria of boxing: effective aggression, ring generalship, clean and effective punching, and defense. And he's not lacking in none of them. His footwork is impeccable. His jab, staying behind that jab, all young kids, if you want to learn how to be a dominant fighter, how to be entertaining, but be a boxer at the same time, just put on tape of Abdullah Mason. He'll show you. Abdullah Mason has what Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are lacking. I'm going to say that to you again. Abdullah Mason has what Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are lacking. He has the power to get you out of there quickly, too. That matters. Because 9 times out of 10 now, he's intimidating the people that he's across even more than normal. Abdullah Mason could possibly be the best fighter in the world right now. I'm not sure that Gervonta Davis beats him when he turns 23, 24 years old. I think he do. But that's the guy I'm most scared of for Gervonta Davis. Not Shakur Stevenson, not Devin Haney, not Lomachenko. The guy at 140 that I know he's going to run into, that I think is going to be the biggest fight of Gervonta Davis' career, I think is going to be Abdullah Mason. Yeah, I said it. I think the biggest fight of Gervonta Davis' career is going to be at 140 against Abdullah Mason. Keyshawn Davis wouldn't dare step in the ring with him. You better be his friend. You better be his friend. And Abdullah Mason, please get away from Jay Prince Jr. Please get away from Top Rank. Please, 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 please. I am begging you. Abdullah Mason, please get away from Jay Prince, and please get away from Top Rank. I understand they're keeping you very active, but your name is getting big. You need to start getting them checks. You are, after that last night, people, you're past the prospect now. You ain't no prospect no more, my guy. Y'all can keep calling him a prospect. He's not a prospect no more. His name is on the map. Abdullah Mason's been showing out for the last 2 years. I think he done fought 6 times in the last 2 years and been beaten and knocked out every single one of them. Quickly, too. That's why he's able to fight so fast, because he's not getting suspended from fighting. He only got to take 3 months off, 2 months off. His fight's ending in 3-4 rounds. Remind you, Greg Hackett is a trainer, very respected, a boxer, and he thought Louis LeBron was going to give him everything that he wanted, and that did not happen. He got demolished. When you demolish your veterans like that, you're no longer a prospect. You think Arthur could have stayed? Arthur would have been to bed last night against Abdullah Mason. They asked Abdullah Mason, and he said he think he would have knocked him out. I agree. Ryu Venezuela can't beat Abdullah Mason. Chris Colbert can't beat Abdullah Mason. Andy Ruiz can't beat Abdullah Mason. Keyshawn Davis can't beat Abdullah Mason. The only person that I kind of see giving them trouble is Gervonta Davis and William Zepeda at this moment. Because I don't even think Shakur Stevenson gives them trouble because Shakur Stevenson doesn't do nothing enough for Abdullah Mason to be worried about him. Oh, you want to box? Okay, well, I think Abdullah Mason is faster than Shakur Stevenson, has better footwork. So if you want to turn this into a boxing match, you're going to lose at that too. Because I think Abdullah Mason's jab is more relentless than Shakur Stevenson. I think Abdullah Mason's is a more relentless fighter than Shakur Stevenson. He's bigger than Shakur Stevenson. The whole nine. His arm length is longer than Shakur Stevenson. He's a better athlete than Shakur Stevenson. I think Loma could cause some type of problems from his movement. That'd be a great fight for Abdullah Mason. The problem is Loma don't got power to keep him away from him. So Abdullah going to stay right there in the pocket, let Loma do what he do while he do what he do. And somebody going to bed. Abdullah, I just like, if I'm being real with y'all, if I'm being 100% honest with you, these are the guys I think are the best fighters in boxing. Let's take pound for pound ranking out. Let's take all of that. These are the guys I think are the best 5 fighters in boxing. Number 1, you got Terrence Crawford. Number 2 for me, you got Gervonta Davis. Number 3 for me, you got David Morrell Jr. Number 4 for me, you got Jaron Boots Ennis. Number 5 for me, Abdullah Mason. I think that's the best 5 fighters in boxing right now. Let's take accomplishments. Let's take all of that stuff out. I think those are the best 5 fighters in boxing. And then right after that, I will put Noah Inoue, Beterbiev, people like that. Absolutely. Bam Bam Rodriguez, absolutely. But if you want my honest opinion on who I think is the best 5 fighters in boxing, Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Davis, David Morrell Jr., Jaron Boots Ennis, Abdullah Mason. Hey, Carmel Moten, I don't want you thinking we ain't see you, little bro. But you're moving funny with Floyd. We saw you too, bro. You on the up and coming. I got you, bro. I'm going to make some videos about you. I got you, little bro. You did your thing. 1 first round, 2nd round KO. Proud of you. But Abdullah Mason, man, is the biggest, brightest star in boxing right now on the up and coming. And if you ain't tuned in with him, you need to tap in. Y'all know what this is, right? Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.